Anna,
Yes.
I understand Tiger Woods had some sort of statement today.
Yes.
Was that a big story?
It was the biggest story of the day.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Tiger Woods is in Florida. He has finally decided to address some of the tabloids and some of the news stories that are going on around him. So he used this time to clear a lot of things up, okay? Now, we've obtained footage of this event, and we're going to start with the first clip where he's talking about his wife, Elin, and what is going on with them currently.
All right, rock and roll. Let me see it.
I have a lot to atone for,
All right.
but there's one issue I really want to discuss. Some people have speculated that Elin somehow hurt or attacked me on Thanksgiving night. It angers me that people would fabricate a story like that. Elin never hit me that night or any other night. There has never been an episode of domestic violence in our marriage, ever. Elin has shown enormous grace and poise throughout this ordeal. Elin deserves praise, not blame.
This is moving
The
stuff.
issue involved here was my repeated irresponsible behavior. I was unfaithful. I had affairs. I cheated. What I did is not acceptable, and I am the only person to blame. I stopped living by the core values that I was taught to believe in. I knew my actions were wrong, but I convinced myself that normal rules didn't apply. I never thought about who I was hurting. Instead, I thought only about myself. I ran straight through the boundaries that a married couple should live by. I thought I could get away with whatever I wanted to. I felt that I had worked hard my entire life and deserved to enjoy all the temptations around me. I felt I was entitled. Thanks to money and fame, I didn't have to go far to find them.
Well, there's a lot of that I loved. Not because I was moved by it, but because I was amused by it. Okay, so first, he speaks like a robot. I have written this down, or someone wrote it for me, but I am really, really sorry. Okay, all right, that's point number one. Somebody thought that he looked like the Manchurian Candidate, like that he'd been programmed to say all this stuff. Second of all, there was some irony in when he was talking about domestic violence, that he's like, charges of domestic violence really anger me.
I like the little bit of acting in that part,
Yeah. So I'd tone down the anger at this point.
Yeah.
Second of all, if you noticed, he never said that, because the charge wasn't that Elin hit him. It was that she took that 9-iron to the back of the car. He just said she never hit me. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That does not preclude that she did, smashed the living crap out of the back of my car. Okay. Now, who cares? No one's really blaming her. Mm-hmm. So it's not like that's much of an issue. But you see the legalese to get around that. And then I love that all of a sudden he's found his core values. And he's a Buddhist. You have...
This is where he's talking about religion and how he lost his faith, but he has found it once again.
Oh, please spare me. Okay, go ahead.
I have a lot of work to do, and I tend to dedicate myself to doing it. Part of following this path, for me, is Buddhism,
Hey, come on.
which my mother taught me at a young age. People probably don't realize it, but I was raised a Buddhist, and I actively practiced my faith from childhood until I drifted away from it in recent years.
Because of Jamie Junger.
Buddhism teaches that a craving for things outside ourselves causes an unhappy and pointless search for security. It teaches me to stop following every impulse and to learn restraint.
I
Obviously, I lost track of what I was taught.
Buddhism teaches you, do not touch the bubanis. You must have self-restraint. They do look delicious, okay? But no bubanis. So Now, this is awesome because normally in America, when somebody gets caught, they bring in the priests, right, and reverends and all that stuff. When Bill Clinton got caught with Monica Lewinsky, he's got white reverends, he's got black reverends. Jesse Jackson's in there. They're doing counseling. They're rolling up the sleeves. And when the Republicans get caught, they get buried knee deep in priests and reverends and fathers and all that stuff. And they're like, oh, I have turned to my faith, right? Now, he's a Buddhist, so what are he going to do? Bring in Dalai Lama? But now he's walking around with a guy with a bunch of robes and stuff. Like, no, we have reoriented Mr. Woods. Okay, nothing against Buddhism. I love Buddhism. So don't get me wrong. The robes, they're cool. I'm down. I'm jiggy. But if you think Tiger Woods is really going back to Buddhism, come on. I talked to my sponsors at Buick and Nike, and they say I should refine my Buddhist faith.